this big guy is a very recent addition to our adoption floor, but he has been part of the shelter community for much longer because he was in foster care for about 4 months. And that was a great opportunity for us to learn a lot about Bradley. Yes, we are a fan of human names for animals, and his name is Bradley. He is a 3 to 4 year old domestic Shorthair, and he is an incredibly affectionate cat. He loves attention. He wants to sit on your lap and be carried around, and he comes right up to you and he asks for attention. And you can see he's still like looking around. He's like curious, but he's like, I don't really have a reason to get up. It's fine. I'll just stay right here getting what I want, doing the elevator butt thing. And he was in foster care, as I mentioned. And as a result of that, he also had some exposure to other pets, which is always a good thing to know. His foster mom was one of our kennel techs, and she said that after his quarantine had ended, she did start to introduce him to the existing cats and dogs in the home, and he was fine with it. He didn't have any issues with that. And now, understandably, she was supervising all of their interactions when they weren't there. Bradley was being separated so that, because they weren't fully integrated into the household yet. And you should always do slow and proper introductions with, your new animals and your existing pets as well. But a lot of people have been coming in looking for cats that are going to do well with dogs, and Bradley is definitely one of those. He's also a cat that we think will be great with children of any age. He doesn't seem to have any quirks or things that make him want to not deal with loud noises or fast movements or things like that.
So as you mentioned, he is in foster care because of wounds of an unknown origin. What exactly does that mean?
So that means when animals come in with bite wounds or wounds that could resemble bites, and we don't have a history of why. If an owned animal comes in and they're like, oh, my other dog bit my dog, or my cat and my dog got into a fight, we know what the origin of that bite was. Were those animals rabies vaccinated? We can track all of those things. Wounds of unknown origin, we have no idea what bit this cat or caused that injury. So it could have possibly come from a rabid animal. And rabies is something that, we all take very seriously. And the quarantine in this state for wounds of unknown origin to identify if an animal is showing symptoms of rabies is 4 months. And they have to be quarantined in a double isolation space where if they were to escape from their original location, there's still another location that's going to keep them separate. They actually can only have one handler. So there's a lot of rules for that. And we're fortunate that we have a lot of staff and volunteers who are willing to do that so that these animals can get the care that they need in that quarantine period and then come back to the shelter when that's over and be made available for adoption. So many cats we've had with wounds of unknown origin, and Bradley's just the most recent one of those. I think he's also our last 2024 cat, maybe. One of the last ones there, and he's ready for a new forever family. And as I said, he's going to be a great fit for any household. I don't really see any problems anywhere. And if you think that he is exactly what you're looking for, you can go to visit fcac.as.me to start that process.